Okay, so in this video you're going to learn how to cut your file folder to the correct size using the cover template. So this is the cover template. Looks like that. It says cover template on it. You'll notice on the side that there are some little marks along the edges. We're going to be using those later, but for now you just need the overall shape of that size of cover. You also should have a file folder that's already been cut on one edge, so it's the right height top to bottom, but now you need to make it the right width so that the paper will fit in there nicely. So looking at your file folder, you have a couple of different lines here, like little grooves that are at the bottom of the file folder, and you're going to help use these as kind of your guidelines for sewing later, but also to help figure out how to make the covers the correct size. So one of them you can tell has already been folded over. That would be this one. Now we're going to look for the one on the other side, the one that is not folded yet, but that's furthest from the fold. So this little crease right here. And I'm going to open up my file folder, locate it from the inside, so that's the one I'm talking about, and I'm going to fold that over so that it's a crease, and the crease actually goes right along where it was dented before. So now I have something that looks like that on the end. So if you've done this correctly, you won't have any more creases here or on the other side. All the little dents will be sort of on the spine, like that. So now what you're going to do is use the cover template. This I'm going to line up with the fold. So wherever that's folded, and I can kind of check with my fingers to make sure it's right up against that fold, I'm going to line up the cover template, making sure that top to bottom it's lined up and that the edge of it is right up against the edge of that fold line. Okay, I'm going to hold the template and then just take my pencil and run it down. Now, just to make sure that I keep the right part, I'm going to just kind of put an X on that so I know that that's the part I'm cutting off. Okay, I'm going to then repeat the process for the other side of the file folder. So again, lining up the template right up next to that crease. Oops. Right up next to the crease. And make sure it kind of lines up top to bottom too. The cover template fits on there. And I'm just going to mark. So now you can see the important thing is that when you're using this template, that you keep in mind you're using the folds on either side, where you actually have a fold, not the lines in the middle. A common mistake kids will make is they'll line it up with that first fold and then they'll flip the template around and try to line it up on the other side on that same fold. If you can't see all these ridges when you're tracing your template, if it's covering, the template's covering it up like that, that's wrong. You're going to end up with one side shorter than the other and you're going to have to start over. So make sure that you have the template lined up with those outside folds and that these inside ones are not folded. We're going to use those as guidelines for where to poke holes to sew it later, but for now, that's how you do it. Then you're going to place this underneath the paper trimmer and trim that part off.